And you know what that means. Yeah, it's Thursday, so of course that means it's time for yet another edition of Sip and Snack. And I have a special for you guys today, basically because I got two things, they're the same, and I'm going to put them together in a special. There's one more special that's coming up in the foreseeable future that's going to be in February, but we'll talk about that at another time. Like I said, February is going to be very drink heavy, and it's actually going to culminate with something I've been wanting to do on Sip and Snack for a long time, so stay tuned for that. But first we're going to talk about these buzz things that come out, obviously like stuff like putting maple and bacon together for some reason, and sriracha, and then you come to something like red velvet. Now, if you just look at what red velvet is, I'm looking at the actual designation of what it really is, it's pretty much red velvet is chocolate with red food coloring, mixed pretty much with cream cheese, and it's kind of a layer cake. Layer cake, those are the layers of cream cheese. So it's basically supposed to taste like chocolate, but it's going to fool your mind because it's red. So there are a lot of different variants of red velvet that exist in snack foods today, and I'm going to focus on two of them today. Now, first off, I'm going to focus on a lie. What do I mean? Well, let me show you what the first thing is. We're going to go into Pop Tarts, and I've done Pop Tarts on this channel before, and I will do more Pop Tarts actually very soon. I've got another one of those specials to do, a couple Pop Tarts variants. This one is not on that special because it fits more on what I'm about to talk about today, and that is red velvet. In this case, frosted red velvet. Basically, this is supposed to taste like a red velvet cupcake. Most of these are a red velvet cake. In general, I'm going to read the instructions here. Now, I did not use my toaster oven to do this, so I'm doing it differently. I used a microwave, and the microwave instructions say, and I quote, place pastry on microwavable soft plate, heat on high for 3 seconds, cool briefly before handling. Well, did what it said, like you're supposed to do. Put the Pop-Tart in for 3 seconds. It's cold as ice. Put it in for 5 seconds. Still cold. I have it in for 10 seconds. It's somewhat warm. And this is a microwavable safe plate, apparently. So this is what it looks like. Like you haven't seen a Pop-Tart before. But I'll tell you, immediately when you smell it, you get that very familiar smell of a cooked Pop-Tart that everyone knows that's ever had Pop-Tarts before. And yeah, it does smell like a red velvet cupcake. So, because of the untimely breaking of the animated character taster glass, I got this nondescript taster glass with a little high quality H2O. And this is a red velvet Pop-Tart, so we're going to look at it. Obviously, it's very heavy on the frosting, so I'm going to take this. Yeah, when you break it apart, you can see the cream cheese. It kind of comes off like the consistency of basically, you break it. It kind of reminds me of like a sandwich cookie, like we did last week with the special Western special that we did. I broke out the accent. Thank you out there if you like that. So it looks like this, and let's see what it tastes like. Obviously, it's red. It's red velvet. Like I said, it's basically cocoa powder and cream cheese, but it's going to fool your mind that it's red, so you're going to think it's going to taste like red if you haven't had it before, but you're like, oh my gosh, it's chocolate. So let's see what we got here. Let's try this. Well, see, with Pop-Tarts with me is a little different than some people because I taste what it's supposed to taste like, but it's very understated. Basically, this, by and large, is just like a regular Pop-Tart, but you taste a little bit of what it's supposed to be, which in this case is frosted red velvet. So, these are fine. I mean, nothing to write home about. I don't think they necessarily taste like exactly what they think they do, but that's another story for a different time. So we move on from Kellogg's to Keebler because we do a lot of cookies here on Pop for some reason. Because it's an easy snack food that always seems to have different variants. As a matter of fact, I see a lot of different kinds of Oreos that I'd love to try, but they're not in this area. So maybe someday down the line that'll happen. I do have cookies this time around for you guys. And to continue with the theme, we have something that I saw in 2014 for the first time. And I saw on the shelf, and I was like, you know what? We're just going to do a Red Velvet special. And we're going to do Fudge Stripes. These are limited batch Red Velvet Fudge Stripes. So I'm going to open this bag up. Keebler elves have never done me wrong, so see what they smell like immediately. They smell a lot more like a Red Velvet cupcake. And we're opening these up here. I gotta learn how to do this stuff on camera because I do it off camera and then you guys can't see me fumbling around with the packaging, which I'm sure you probably enjoy. I'd enjoy it if I was watching it. So, yeah, they look like this. I'll put this aside. Shortbread cookies. Looks like white chocolate on the bottom. You got the, I know it's not, but that's what it gives the impression of. You got the cream cheese, like stripes, and like the red velvet, the chocolate, the cocoa. So I'm curious what these are going to taste like. They smell like a red velvet cupcake, but will they taste like one? Well, it needs a little bit more water here. And I'll tell you. So let's see what we got here. So, oh yeah. Much better. See if the... Wait a minute. Okay, I'll explain what I mean. So, the red velvet cupcake taste is definitely there. Fudge Stripes has a unique aftertaste, where you could definitely taste the Fudge Stripes. I don't know how you taste the Fudge Stripes. I guess just eat them. Sure. So, basically what I'm saying to you guys out there is, if you've had Fudge Stripes before, you would know the original kind. You basically like, oh, shortbread cookie, chocolate. And then, like, oh, it was weird aftertaste. I'm going to taste chocolate for like 10 minutes. So, there's that. This right here is the start of a red velvet cupcake. And at the very end, it's like red velvet cupcake, red velvet cupcake, red velvet cupcake. And then the next thing you know, at the very bottom, there's this layer. For some reason, somebody decided they wanted to mix and match that day at the factory, and they put a fudge stripe at the very bottom of it. So you're getting to it, like, ooh, red velvet, this is pretty awesome, I'm really digging this. It's, oh, what's the fudge stripe from? But it's not bad. It actually tastes quite good. And if you want a cookie that's not going to insult your intelligence when it comes to the red velvet branding, this is it. This is actually really good. You'll probably be able to find these pretty much anywhere. Keebler cookies are pretty much everywhere. I've always been a big fan of yelled fudge. Something you probably will never see on this channel because I've done them eat them for so long. Why would I do them on the channel? I've only do that on special situations. But this is good. I enjoyed it for what it was. I mean, this is just like a short sipping snack to focus on red velvet. The Pop Tarts, they could be better, but they're Pop Tarts. If you like red velvet, you'll like them. It's not as like bam in your face red velvet as you probably would like, or if you want a little bit more understated on your flavoring, then yeah, it'd probably be right up your alley. And I know what you're thinking, up yours, Owen, but that's beside the point. Comedy Warehouse reference for anybody out there that gets that. So basically, I'm saying the cookies right now are good. I enjoyed them. So yeah, if you like to not have your intelligence insulted by what it says it is on the package, these red velvet fudge stripes are right up your alley. Yeah, I know. I'm hearing it in the background. I definitely recommend them. So yeah, check them out. And this is coming from a picky eater, so I know obviously you can take everything with a grain of salt or a tiny, tiny glass and nondescript water. So that's what we got for this week. Next week we kick into February. February means we're going into drinks. We have done a lot of snacks and no sips. Now we are going to squelch the idea that we haven't done sips in a long time. We're going to do a month completely devoted to sips. And in March, we've got a battle on our hands, something that is going to come from something that's coming out. in March, if you know what I mean. I'll let you know about that. Got some other things coming up, and like I said, got some really cool things I'm doing in Orlando this year for Sip and Snack, and I got a really good possibility there's going to be some special guests on Sip and Snack, so stay tuned for that information. Real quick programming note, tomorrow is a celebration of Harry Potter. If you are able to be in the Orlando area and you are over at Universal Studios, Florida and Islands of Adventure, you can venture over to check out a lot of really awesome Harry Potter memorabilia. You also get sorted by the Sorting Hat. Pottermore's there. You get to sign the Muggle Wall. I mean, you get to see a lot of great people like Ivana Lynch and Rupert Grint. They're going to be there, and they're going to be doing Q&As. It's to be a really awesome, fun time. If you're a Potter fan, check that out. And that video actually is going to be coming up later, so stay tuned for that. I'll be doing that short video promoting Universal and a celebration of Harry Potter. So tomorrow also is Friday. That means it's time for AJ's movie reviews, which means we're going to be talking about The Boy, as well as The Finest Hours, 50 Shades of Black, and finishing with Kung Fu Panda 3. Saturday is the Screen Actors Guild Awards, and if you want to know what AJ, Ashley, and myself think is going to win, we have a prediction video that is currently up on this channel. And also Sunday, you also have a brand new Versus. That's going to be fun. Your cryptic comment is going to be Showdown, so stay tuned for that one. Should be really a fun Versus. Monday, of course, Gaming with Ash returns. Monday night is the Raw Popcast, 11:30 p.m. Tuesday, of course, like I said, to be announced. Wednesday, going to be another wrestling podcast talking about Impact and NXT and Lucha Underground and all points in between. Thursday, back to Sip and Snack. We're going to be focusing on drinks starting in February. And yeah, it's February already. Oh my god, this year is going by so fast. So that being said, if you like these videos, tell your friends about them, leave a comment, do subscribe, help spread the word about Pop and the Popcast Network. If you haven't yet, go to Facebook, click like on our Facebook fan page. Just takes a moment, Sir Owen Disney Pop. Search for Sir Owen Disney and Pop. You can also follow me on Twitter at Sir Owen Disney and follow Pop and the Popcast Network on Twitter. We have an official Twitter feed now. It's at Popcast Network. And we have a mobile app on iTunes, and it is under Sir Owen Disney on the iTunes Store. So check that out. And if you'd like to friend request me on Facebook while you're over there doing the click like on the fan page thing, go ahead, shoot me a message. It's Owen Disney, so check that out. If you have any ideas for Sip and Snack or any of the other regular segments here on Pop, like to become a Popcast yourself, or just like to chat and ask me questions, shoot me an email, sirowendisney@gmail.com. So in the meantime, I want to thank you guys and girls out there for watching, and until tomorrow, boys and girls, that's all I got to say about that.